What's going on, guys? Welcome back. This is episode 21 of Mawlz and Donn, baby. And you already know, it's been a minute since you've seen us on the podcast, but I know you've been catching those interviews. We had 3 different red carpet events. Yeah. We were blessed enough to be able to go through Boris Forte, invited us to the Day One's Festival. Then we also, by the grace of Divine Evans, were able to do a red carpet that had Tiana Taylor and Coi Leray. Man. We still got interviews rolling out, so expect to see a lot more of that coming on the page soon. But Don, how you been, man?
You know me. I'm always working. Come on now. You know me. How you been?
Same, man. Back at it. I got my music finally mixed back from Sauce Miyagi. So now, finally, after I've been saying since September, this shit is dropping.
I definitely have an EP coming as well. I have no name for it. But, you know, I like 6 tracks.
And we talk. I know he got some big shit going on behind the scenes. He ain't ready to talk about it yet. But when you guys find out what he been up to, ooh.
That part.
Real shit.
But, yeah, we've been on these red carpets, man. By the grace of God, we got the opportunity, like she said, do these red carpets from the podcast to the red carpet doing media interviews, man. Shout out everybody that's been supporting us, man. It's much appreciated. As well, we have an event coming up April 6th. Shout out Next Up Live. Shout out Mix Recording Studio. Shout out Brilliant. Those are our partners.
Yeah, you know April 6th at Don Quixote downtown. Yep. We just threw the promo video up on the page. If you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. It gives you all the details. Free parking lot. It's going to be many featured performers, but it's also an open mic. So with your ticket purchase, you get 3 raffle tickets. So basically for the first 2.5 hours of the show, anybody who wants to get on stage and perform will likely be able to, because we're going to do back-to-back open mic, meaning that you need to come ready with your music. Make sure you have it aux cord and or email ready, and you'll be able to perform one of your songs.
Yeah, and just to explain a little more, so she means open mic. From 8 to 10, it's going to be open mic, right? So you can purchase a ticket to come with 3 raffle tickets, I believe.
Yep.
So say if you're an artist, you want to get there early, you want to hit the stage, hey, come early, do your thing. You know what I mean? You got a chance to really perform at a big venue, Don Quixote, 800 capacity, you know what I'm saying? But from 10 to 2,
it's going to be a party.
It's party.
Going up. We got our featured artists going on. We got a DJ spinning. It's going to be lit. We've got vendors. It's going up. So you guys do not want to miss it. The link will be in the bio. Get your ticket now.
But that's enough about us.
That's enough. All right. We got some great guests in the building tonight. We've got Joe, the CEO of the Mesi company. We've got Ms.Restrictedkj. And we've got Gordoo. So let's get it started.
Let's do it. Y'all ready?
Yep.
Let's get it. Hey, man, we got Hampton, Virginia in the building, man. We got a real entrepreneur in the building. You know what I'm saying? We got Mesi Joe, the CEO.
Yo, what's going on? What's good?
Let's go.
Hell yeah. How you feeling, bro?
Feeling great, man. It's great back to be in LA, you know what I'm saying? I feel great to be back in the city.
Yeah, it's good to see you, too.
Yeah,
I know we ain't linked in a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
For sure. Yeah, so, hey, he got his artists in here. He got some good people in the building. You know what I'm saying? He got his artist Gordoo right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so what you're listening to is Designer, man. You know what I'm saying? He got his artist Virginia in the building. Shout out Gordoo. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
Welcome on to Mawlz and Donn, man.
Man, I appreciate it.
So, what's the story? How y'all know each other?
Man, we met each other through Alicia, right?
Yeah, it was Alicia. We went to a fashion show last year, like last summer or something like that. He was there. He performed his music and everything like that. And I was like, oh, man, you got some dope stuff going on. So I followed him on Instagram, see he had the podcast. I see y'all been doing some big things. So I've been reached out to him, but you know, it takes time to get all the way back out to LA from Atlanta, you know what I'm saying?
Facts. Yeah, man. So real genuine dude too. That's really, you know me. I'm big on genuine people.
Absolutely,
man. So
and also the power of networking. Like you know, this is how it comes together. You got to go out. You got to meet the right people. You got to figure out what opportunities are present, and then you might end up on Mawlz and Donn. But with all that said, how long are you in LA for?
We've been out here for about, you know what I'm saying, 5-6 days, you know what I'm saying. I think we're gonna leave in a couple days. We've been out here for a little while. We ended up going to LA Fashion Week a day or two ago this past weekend. So it's been a cool little stay. We did some sightseeing, you know, rode around, seen some things. So we definitely been out in the city, but you know, we don't want to overstay our welcome.
Oh, never that. You always welcome.
More than welcome, man. You come out here, come on, man. Tap in with us. Tap in. I know you know a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? But you always welcome to LA.
For sure, I appreciate it.
So a little bit about Mesi Joe, the CEO. He is of the Mesi company, and his mission is to make everyone secure inside by prioritizing their mental health and embracing their true power and royalty. He's also a clothing designer and a speaker on certain tools to be used in helping a person's own mental health.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
For sure.
Mental health is a big deal that not enough people talk about, very stigmatized, and it's gotten worse, I feel like, since the pandemic for a lot of people.
There's a lot of issues going on, you know what I'm saying, in today's society. A lot of things need to be touched on, you know, because a lot of people are battling different demons, but a lot of us tend to go through a lot of the same things.
Gotcha.
So, you know, it's nice to have somebody who's not just posting and putting out a whole bunch of nonsense. It's nice to have somebody that actually speaks on something positive that can hopefully help you get through something, you know what I'm saying, just by seeing it scrolling through your timeline or anything like that.
For sure. So I know you're here to promote your brand and all that.
I see the drip. Hold on, the hat, the sweatshirt.
You already know what I'm saying. You already know what I'm saying.
I had a real question though. So what do you think stems like in 2023 from like people battling mental health? What do you think like stems like what's triggering that right now?
Well, a lot of it is the stress of getting back to normal life after the pandemic. A lot of people is down for so long sitting in these dark rooms. You know what I'm saying? They out of work, not a lot of things going. You got to get reacclimated back to the hip and grind of everyday life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are getting back into jobs. You know what I'm saying? Some of them is jobs they don't like. Some of them is jobs, you know what I'm saying, that they didn't have at one time before. So, you know what I'm saying? Just getting back into that, you got to get reacclimated back into that mindset of, yo, I got to do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? I got to be able to handle all of the stress and the battles that come with, you know what I'm saying, the grind of the everyday life or whatever, you know what I'm saying, trying to reach whatever your goal of success is.
For sure. I think social media plays a big part in that too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people really get lost in the sauce on social media.
Yeah, it's too much going on social media, man. You got to learn to stay off social media and remove yourself from social media.
Or even just get on there, post what you need to post and go. Because if you spend hours, you get lost scrolling. And then also there's just so much toxic, it's an incoming stream of negativity. It's always this place getting bombed, this person died, this and that. Like, so it's like you really get kind of lost in that. And like I always say too, depending on like what you engage with and who you follow, like I follow, for example, a lot of like positive motivational quote pages, cat videos, stuff of that nature. So stuff that you want to see that's going to make you happy. Like, of course, some of that extra is going to creep in there, but it's also kind of like curating what you see online. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of times you got to have the same discernment, you know what I'm saying? Basically controlling what is good for you and what ain't good for you. You got to be able to separate that out. Yeah, you got to be able to use it in moderation. So be able to, you know what I'm saying, get up there, get what you need to do, you know what I'm saying, get your money however you get your money, whatever that is about, you know what I'm saying, but run your business, but at the same time, make sure you're not letting all that negativity feed into your mind, feed into your lifestyle.
Seep
you know what I'm
into
saying?
Your brain. Because I mean, you see it and you're gonna hear it regardless, but it's just how much of it, you know. And another thing that we'd have to touch on too is not just people, you know, getting back to pre-pandemic in a sense financially or job-wise, but people lost people. Like, you know what I mean? COVID was serious. Like, that's why we was locked in our houses. Like,
people lose people every day, man. And it's been a lot. You know, I had family members that got sick off of it, but thank the Lord, you know what I'm saying? They didn't pass away. But I know people who have lost people, you know what I'm saying? I was working with people who passed away and stuff like that during the pandemic. So definitely losing people, you're gonna have to definitely, you know what I'm saying.
So now it's not only just catching up with, you know, getting back to somewhat of a normal life, but it's also dealing with grief. You know what I mean? So that's gonna definitely impact someone's mental health and how okay they are or aren't.
For sure.
Definitely.
And anybody watching this, man, somebody could be watching this, could really help them out. You know what I'm saying? So stay strong, stay positive, talk to people. You know what I'm saying? That's a big thing too. Don't keep stuff bottled up inside. You gotta let it out some way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Definitely reach out to people, talk to people. It's better to let it out than to hold it in.
Sure.
Definitely. Somebody will listen to you, you know what I'm saying? Somebody will definitely be there for you if you got the right people around you in the first place. If you don't, then you can go back and refine the people that are right for you. And if not, there's definitely, you know what I'm saying, therapists and stuff like that. Don't, you know, you ain't got to be scared of therapists. Definitely. Don't be scared of the therapist.
Man,
it's
I love therapy.
There's nothing wrong with it.
That shit changed my life.
There ain't no stigma on it no more. At this point, it's cool to have a therapist. So definitely don't be afraid to go reach out, talk to somebody and deal with the problems, you know what I'm saying, that you're facing, because your problems are real.
And another thing too is they always say, you know, don't let a bad day, you know, don't make a permanent decision on a temporary emotion on a bad day. You know what I mean? Because like suicide awareness is, you know, part of the mental health struggle too, is that, you know, like for example, Twitch. like who's seen that
Yeah,
coming? You know what I mean?
Nobody's seen that
exactly.
coming,
You could
That's
say
crazy.
like, oh, he had this and he had all this going and all the money. The DJ
yeah,
from
yeah, that was crazy.
Right.
Was crazy.
So I mean, that just goes to show, like, really, a lot of times it's a very it can touch anybody, and you also there's not always signs. Like a lot of people, you know, the survivors of suicide and who are impacted by it are always like, oh, I wish I could have done something or seen the signs, and sometimes it's really not there.
Yeah.
So it's like try to like let people in on what's going on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
definitely try to reach out. And if you are a friend of somebody and you feel like they got something going on, just keep edging in there. Keep sending them messages. Keep trying to edge in there, because whether they respond to it or not, they see it. And that could be the difference between you keeping them another day, you know what I'm saying, or another year.
Make your presence felt. Like make sure they know that you're there.
Definitely,
You know what I mean?
definitely.
That was dope. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is why I mess with bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Ironically, Mesi company. I really fuck with bro, because he a real genuine dude. He got a lot of good game to give people. But let's get on this. Come on, man. You see the hat? You see the
So let's talk a little bit about the clothing.
That's on the clothing line, though.
Yeah, you already know. I'm definitely a designer. I've been a designer for a little while. I make a couple different things. The newest collection out right now is the Mesi World collection. We created that to inspire people, you know what I'm saying? No matter how ugly things may get in this messy world, you can always, you know what I'm saying, create a brighter future. You know what I'm saying? Transformation is definitely necessary. So wherever you started from is not where you got to end.
And is that the butterfly?
Yeah, that's what the butterfly is. The butterfly caps is definitely available now at themesicompany.com. You can follow us on Instagram at The Mesi Company, TikTok at The Mesi Company. I believe our Twitter name is Mesi Joe the CEO. You can follow me up there. And my personal Instagram tag also is at Mesi Joe the CEO.
Got you. So what inspired you to create a clothing brand?
Actually, like back in college, me and my roommates we started thinking about trying to do something.
Okay.
But you know, we didn't have all the funds and income to actually pull it off. So later on in life, you know what I'm saying, after I moved to Atlanta, I got a good job, you know what I'm saying, by the grace of God. And I actually wanted to pull something off where I could tell my story and relay my story and have it positively affect, you know what I'm saying, other people. So the best way to do that was, one of the only ways I really known was, you know what I'm saying, creating clothes. I've always been a stylistic person, you know what I'm saying. I've always been nice with clothing and everything like that. One of the freshest in the school, you know. So definitely I wanted to put something together that can actually, you know what I'm saying, touch the people at the same time. When you put something on, that could, you know what I'm saying, you look down and you got a message on your shirt that can potentially, you know what I'm saying, if you are feeling depressed, if you are feeling down or something like that, you can look at the shirt, understand the message, and you know what I'm saying, hopefully by wearing that shirt, it'll keep you here another day.
It's like a little reminder.
Yeah, a little reminder for sure.
So when you had your first, I know like usually clothing lines, they kind of come in stages. Like you'll have your first drop, like you first made this, or you first did that. Was it you start like right out the gate, just everything, or was it like hats first, hoodies first?
Nah, so I think what we started with was a few hoodies. It was some hoodies, and then after that we started getting into, you know what I'm saying, hoodie and sweatpants, like some sets and stuff like that. Set. Yeah, but typically, you know what I'm saying, I would advise anybody to start with, you know what I'm saying, one solid item, you know what I'm saying, whether it be a shirt design, a hat design, you know what I'm saying, you start with one solid item, you know what I'm saying, it'll keep your initial payment up, down, low, but you can also still make all that money back relatively quick.
So basically get the brand out there, sell out of whatever your first drop was, let's say it's hats, and then basically like any other company or business, you need to reinvest what you made and then go make the hoodies.
Definitely reinvest what you made. Don't just go out and spend your money like you know what I'm saying, like you just got it like that. Nah, you know what I'm saying,
not harder,
it take time. It definitely take time to build something worth, you know what I'm saying, worth having. So definitely reinvest that money, go back and get it again.
Gotcha. So you know, we both artists, right? So when it comes to the clothing, you know, it's a different strategy. So how do you get your clothing brand out there? How do you market yourself, and how to get, you know? Yeah,
so definitely just staying out there, staying consistent with what you're doing, you know what I'm saying, posting whatever the message is behind your brand, or you know what I'm saying, if it really is just your design and your designing skills, you know what I'm saying, keep pushing the envelope, stay consistent with posting, you know what I'm saying, boost your posts, promote your posts, you know what I'm saying, reinvest that money like we said, but other than that, you know what I'm saying, staying out there in the eye of the public, you know what I'm saying, staying
wearing
at these pop-up shops, wearing it, getting it, you know what I'm saying, on people, you know what I'm saying, you just got to keep your stuff in the public eye, and the more you do that, the more traction it'll get, you know what I'm saying. It's people that like I've been being consistent for a while, and there's people that are just now that after I switched my Instagram over, they're just now realizing like, oh, I got a whole brand. But it's like, yeah, bro, like you a little late. I done sold out of so much stuff, you know what I'm saying? There's so much going on, but you know what I'm saying? It's cool to see them actually start to wake up and actually start to, you know, your posts start to reach them a little bit more, especially in different states and different countries and stuff like that. When you really start to see the views and the, you know what I'm saying, the notifications start going up on your brand and everything like that. You know, it's definitely cool to see the more consistent you are with promoting your brand.
Gotcha.
And also, with that said, too, we've talked about this before on the show, how everything takes a minute to be something. So if you're not getting enough likes, if you feeling like you ain't doing shit because only 3 people liked it or saw it or whatever, you gotta leave the social media numbers out of your mind and just keep going. Just like Mawlz and Donn, like the show, how we started.
You know, it's crazy. Like a lot of big people I know, whether it's videographers, photographers, they be in those rooms and they don't get a lot of likes. They really probably get 15 likes, but they'll be with somebody that's super big or doing, you
and
know,
not everything is clout. Like I literally know people who've done way more, got more bread, and have shit popping that got like 1,000 followers versus 10,000 or plus, whatever. You know what I mean? So don't let the numbers game and don't let the social media clout game, you know, get you feeling like you ain't doing shit.
That's the difference between social media and real life. It's people in real life that's really out here networking and really got these relationships. And then you on social media, it don't matter. I mean, like, it don't all that, man. Trust me. It don't matter.
Exactly. Social media, it don't even matter.
You can buy all that.
It's a great tool for reach, and it's a great tool to show what you're doing on promotion and stuff. But when it comes down to, like, again, followings and like counts and all that other shit, just literally, like I said, hop on, post what you need to post, and go. Don't worry about it after that.
Facts.
Definitely do the work in real life.
Yeah. So where you see your clothing brand going in like 5 years?
5 years, I definitely see us going up. I definitely see us being a part of LA Fashion Week. Definitely for sure. I definitely see us getting a location going on. I definitely see the website blowing up some more. Definitely trying to do some more events and start actually hosting and throwing our own events, you know what I'm saying? Getting a lot of the people that I've networked with and met with, try to give, you know what I'm saying, the same opportunity to them for success that, you know what I'm saying, I may have had at one point.
Gotcha.
Sure.
Also, I have a question. So do you, as far as like how people purchase from you, do you do pop-ups? Are you in any stores right now? Are you wanting to open up a storefront, or is it more online?
So right now it's more so online, and I also do pop-up shops. I'm definitely reaching out to people, you know what I'm saying, definitely taking invites from people who want me to show up at events, but definitely I'm doing a lot of pop-up shops right now. We got a lot of stuff going on online. You can purchase through us on the website, themesicompany.com. We're definitely on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, you know what I'm saying. We covering pretty much all the social media platforms right now, so you can find us up there. But yeah, definitely pop-up shops online.
All right, cool. Do you think in the future, is a storefront something that you're interested in, or do you want to keep it more mobile, like moving? Because the storefront is a lot of overhead too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The storefront is a lot of overhead. We'll definitely we'll see about that once we get there. Yeah, we'll see about that once we get there. But right now, I definitely want to keep it more mobile. I like being mobile. I like traveling. I like going to see different places and stuff like that. And I definitely got, you know what I'm saying, certain people that want me to travel, you know what I'm saying, to all these different places around the country. So it's definitely going to be cool to, you know what I'm saying, potentially get something where we can travel mobily, have our stuff on hand, and get out there and make some good money. And you know what I'm saying, also serve the people. We definitely want to look at an outreach standpoint of where we can hopefully, you know what I'm saying, start speaking to the kids in the area, or maybe, you know what I'm saying, feeding or clothing the homeless or something like that.
Even type of things, or like Boys and Girls Club type of vibes.
Yeah, Boys and Girls Club type of vibes, you know what I'm saying, doing something for the kids or the youth football teams in the area or something like that. I definitely plan on going back to my hometown and doing something for the kids, you know what I'm saying, for sure, out in the area.
Stand up.
But once again, we got Hampton, Virginia in the building. Mesi Joe, the CEO.
And I'm going to throw up all those links for you. Make sure you cop some merch and make sure you follow his socials. Thank you so much for coming on Mawlz and Donn.
Appreciate you, bro.
For sure. Appreciate you.
Anything you want to drop before we leave? Any game you want to give people?
Free game.
Free game for the people. Definitely, man. Just stay focused. Whatever you want to do, you can do it. Stay focused. Everything take time. Don't rush the process. Submit to the process. Love the process. People gonna tell you no. People gonna tell you that you can't do it. People ain't gonna believe in you. But you know what I'm saying, at that point you gotta block out all the negativity. Put your blockers on and stay focused. You know what I'm saying. Anything you can do, you know what I'm saying, anything you want to do, whatever God put on your heart, that, you know what I'm saying, whatever your gift is, whatever He bless you with, use it. Stay focused. You know what I'm saying. And he gonna take care of the rest.
That's right.
You heard it from the man himself, man. Tap in ASAP.
Yes, sir.
And we're back with our next special guest of the evening. We've got Ms.Restrictedkj in the building. Welcome on to Mawlz and Donn.
What's up?
It's been long overdue, girl.
Right?
Right now we're listening to Doing My Dance, Ms.Restrictedkj. So we've actually met a couple times. She's been on the Mawlz and Donn showcase. If you were at that last event when we were at Simple Bar, you saw her perform. She killed the stage. We've also seen her perform at Reggie Rare's events, who was on the podcast as well. And I think that's actually the first time I didn't actually meet you that night, but I saw you, and I think I hit you on Instagram like, oh, are you still here? And you're like, no, I just left. I was like, damn. So it was a couple of misconnections, but finally we got her out to the showcase, and then now we got her on the podcast. So welcome.
Thank you for having me, y'all.
How you feeling tonight? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Feeling good?
Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. I see you been working.
Yeah.
A lot of shows been happening, man. A lot of good music.
Yeah.
About to
keeping
drop.
busy.
That part.
I'm seeing you on Instagram consistently posting.
For sure.
Always having a new flyer, always like a new song drop or snippet or whatever. So you're doing it the right way. You're making sure that content stays rolling.
Yeah.
That's
if
the way
I'm
to
not
do it.
dropping a song, I'm doing performances or doing
Facts.
a photo shoot. Just keeping
Just
consistent
staying busy.
in
Got
one
to.
way or another.
Absolutely. So a little bit about Ms.Restrictedkj. She's a female artist from the 805, born and raised in Oxnard, California, and her passion for music started back in 2018, writing poetry and raps while being sent back and forth from behavioral facilities to juvenile detention centers. Growing up and out of her ways from that time of her life, she would have never expected the music route to be the lifestyle that she wanted to take. Having a difficult time speaking to people about her trauma, she slowly learned music was her voice. As of last year, it brought her to dropping her first single in 2022, I Got a Story to Tell, a Picture Me Rollin' Tupac remix. Since her first drop, she has been pushing her music career out and up off the ground, booking more than over 35 shows, opening for OGZ, Rucci, Lighter Shade of Brown, and touring with the Stink Team in Vegas. One of her bigger versatile projects was filmed in Arkansas when opening for CNG. You can find it on all platforms, and it's a country song called Do It Again. Her music type is not tied down to one genre or playlist, and she hopes to reach the ears of every listener.
Hey.
Right.
That's what's up, man. You got a story to tell.
Yeah.
For sure,
we
for
all
sure.
do.
Thanks.
So how you get into music? Like, what inspires you to, like, hop in the booth and do your thing?
Back in 2018 and stuff, I was going in and out of like detention centers and facilities and shit. So that's where I started music. I started writing and like in my room and shit. But when I came back to my hometown, Oxnard, I found a big music scene, and it was my homies that were like making music. We started making music and recording in our car, and then so from there it just stemmed out to hitting Record X, which is our hometown studio, and then from there it was just networking and connections and stuff, and just getting more into it, and actually. Having this drive for a passion and not just like a career,
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
And then so around 2018, was that the first time you really ever got in the booth, did any type of like, recording, actually putting music down on tracks? Or was it like, you had kind of started writing, you said in the bio you were doing poetry and you were kind of using that as an outlet for what you were going through at the time. So back in 2018, you start working with people, you're getting features, you're starting to record, and then you said your first single, or maybe like what you first started to push was just last year, 2022, right?
Nah, back in 2018, I was going in and out of facilities and like detention centers. I was being locked up and stuff. And so I got sent to Georgia for 7 months to a residential. Okay. And we had to get like on a certain level to be in the studio. There was a studio there for an incentive type shit.
Okay, like behavioral incentive type thing. Okay.
And so that was the first time ever I've gotten in the studio and recorded the shit that I've written, because back then I wasn't into music or anything. So barely this year, 420, last year 420, I did my first drop. I was like, I'm finna like record my shit. I'm gonna do a whole cover art and everything, like, because I didn't even know that you would have to go hit up different people for cover art. So like you have to, like I didn't know how much studio time was or anything. Like it was just all new to me. So like that first drop, that first everything is stemmed from last year of 420, because that's when I was like, this is what I want to do.
You know what? I want to do this, and now it's time for y'all to hear it.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's such a dope story, honestly. And like you were saying too in the bio, that's not an easy thing to talk about. So like I commend you for being like, this is what fucked up shit I was into at the time or whatever I had to go through to get you where you're at now. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things, like everyone's got a story, and you would like literally never know by looking at somebody or just beating them off rip what they've been through.
For sure. Just share a little my story. I don't really put my business out there like that. I'm a little older than you. Not too much. I'm a little older than you, but I did, juvenile time. It was only a month. It was only a month and a half. But so I was, doing bad shit. But you learn from it though. The older you get, you just learn from your mistakes and you keep going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you don't want to stay stuck in that kind of pocket. And, and like, again, like you said, it's like, not to put all your business out there, but just to show people, look, you've been through some shit, you turn it around and then you can do whatever you want at that point. Because at this point, like you said too, like it's taught you to be more mature. It's taught you how to handle business. But getting back to the music. So, let's talk about the single. So the first single you put out was the Picture Me Rollin' remix?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a Picture Me Rollin' Tupac remix. I got a story to tell. Mm-hmm. I've only dropped that on YouTube just because of the beat. I did it completely on the Tupac beat.
Got it.
And because of the rights and stuff, I couldn't. I'm going to drop a music video to it. So it's just more, I could do more promo on it. So it's just not a track on YouTube.
Gotcha.
As far as production goes, are you reaching out to producers? Do you have somebody that you're locked in with, working with? Or like how, as far as getting your beats, how do you go about doing it?
I have different people I reach out to. There's different people that I've started out with that I still have, or people I meet along the way that I'll work with. Or people will reach out to me.
That's what's up. So y'all tap in. You need some production. So best thing basically being like finding yourself in rooms and in situations that you are like, wow, look at this. Like, look how far I've come in a sense. Now, like on the downside of things, like what do you find most challenging?
Consistency. And I feel like that can go a long way for everybody as well in every aspect of anything.
Life.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, if you're not consistent and not staying focused, and also you know how we are too. It's like we get hard on ourselves if we don't feel like we're being productive enough. It's almost just like what what you're supposed to do and how often you should be doing it and like what needs to happen. But then like life gets in the way. Like we were talking about earlier, mental health. People got to deal with that. So that is probably honestly for me too the biggest challenge is consistency, like you said.
Especially when you're independent. You know what I mean? We got a major, you got a budget for everything.
So then they're making sure you're consistent because they also are invested and are paying on your behalf. So that's really hard as an independent artist, is really even just coming up with funds to do things the way you want them done and like like the right quality. And it takes a minute, you know what I mean?
Have money to make money.
You gotta have money to make money. That's real. And like like you said, the networking is really gonna be for all independent artists what keeps it moving until you get to that level. Like even me, my current project, my friend who's been on the show, Sauce Miyagi, shout out Sauce. So I couldn't afford him now. Like if he didn't just do that for like off the love for me, he just makes my whole project like off the love, like that, and that's just based on our relationship and the connections I made. But like that's a multi-platinum Grammy award, all the shit he's done, you know what I mean? So even now to this day, because I'm also independent, I don't have $5,000 per song to give him to the mixes. Exactly. You know what I mean? So it's just really about keeping it consistent. Also with building a team around you and people who are willing to be like, you know what, I see what you have going and I want to help and be a part of it.
Exactly.
Because close envy too is the worst thing in the industry, especially from your hometown. You gotta break in your hometown before you have to break anywhere else.
Yeah,
because you will.
For sure. I mean, music, it brings a lot of stuff. It brings good attention and it brings the bad.
Silence says a lot.
Every day, I promise you, I wake up every day. It's a lot of good come. During that day, I know something bad will happen.
Some bullshit's going to hit the fan.
Sure. Whether it's small or big or whatever it is, it comes with it. So, But anyways, so it's only one you, right? Who are your inspirations, though? Like, who would you not compare yourself to, but who do you, like, look up to? Female-wise or male in the music game?
One of my OGs would be Tupac.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out Tupac.
One of the more mainstream people are Shorty.
Okay.
And my pops too, because my pops used to be making music.
Shout him out. What's his name? Shout him out.
What's Pop's artist name? We gonna tag him.
This is what is it? La Diablo or El Diablo?
El Diablo.
Okay. You gotta be fire.
Yeah, the El Diablo.
Shit, we need El Diablo on the show, Pops. Come on, let's go.
Yeah. He used to rap. But
got you. So being a female artist, who your top 3 females right now currently?
Top 3 females would have to be Thames.
I love Thames.
Hard.
Then There's this girl, I just found her on TikTok. Her name's like Lola
Brooks.
Lola Brooks or something.
Don't play with it.
Oh, no.
My bad.
Don't play with it, man. Nah, I just found this girl on TikTok. Okay. She be making like not weird ass content, but like super cool ass content. Like she'll have her song done. She has her song done, but she does like live performances like at a grocery store or at the beach or just
kind of like in random unexpected places, but makes it look cool as fuck.
Yeah, with just one song, and then she keeps doing it with like different songs, but it's just cool as fuck. I found her, and then who else? I don't know.
Have you heard?
Throw yourself in there.
Exactly.
That part.
Have you heard of Tierra Whack?
Mm-mm.
You gotta check her out. She be rapping her ass off, and
she's
like, I don't know, she's one of the most talented that I've seen out. So she's one of my new favorite rappers.
Oh, my last one is La Banca.
Okay.
Yeah.
You put me on to some people. I'm
gonna have to go look at them up later. Google it.
That's what's up.
Hell yeah. So what do we have to look forward to upcoming from you? Are you working on any, like, are you trying to do singles right now? Are you working on an EP project, like music videos? I know you're doing shows all the time.
Yeah. I'm trying to push out singles and visuals because I've learned as well that not even a lot of people will listen to mainstream artists EPs and stuff.
Facts.
Yeah.
So I want my music to have I want my music to draw in the ears it deserves. You know, like it. I put in a lot of time and effort and thought into my songs. So I want, even if it don't get the views that or whatever, I don't really care about that. But I want the ears there. You know, like quality over quantity.
Facts.
I want quality over quantity.
Facts.
Yeah.
Real talk.
And like you were saying too, like even with mainstream artists, like a lot of people, we're in a very what's the word? Saturated and like kind of impatient listeners now. It's kind of like, you know, you hear 30-second clips on TikTok and everything's like sped up and chipmunk voice and all that other stuff. So there's a lot of ways where people might hear it but not actually listen through the whole record. So I feel you in the sense of like, if I'm going to put something out, I'm just going to do one, really go hard with that, because at least I know that y'all checked out this whole song and made sure that, you know, like all my time and energy and money that I spent to make this is getting appreciated or valued or heard.
The way I see it, I think EPs and albums is like based on timing. You know what I'm saying? Where you are, if you got them eyes on you, you gotta feed them. You know what I'm saying? But still start with one single. You know, start with one single to catch that traction and then feed them. You know
I just dropped my one of my latest singles, Dependency, which was the live performance that I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tap in with her. So go ahead and drop your socials for the people. Where can they find you?
My name is Ms.Restrictedkj. Y'all can find me on all platforms.
She said everywhere, all right? And we're going to go ahead and put that on the screen for y'all as well so you could follow her. And before we head out, do you want to drop any gems? You want to give any motivations?
Stay consistent. Do it for yourself, because nobody's finna do it for you.
Facts. And we do have an in-booth performance, right?
Yeah.
So what you about to perform?
I'm finna be performing Dependency. Y'all can find it on all platforms. It just dropped.
All right. Y'all heard it here first. This is Ms.Restrictedkj with Dependency.
Hey.
Gonna smoke a blunt at 3, no you can't eat it for free. Fuck with them, you fuck with me, cause I'm chained up to this tree. Got the smoke dependency, no I cannot get no sleep. Ain't no smile on my face, wiped it off without no haste. Couldn't grasp reality, had to smoke a blunt to eat. Had to think about my day, smoke up all the pain away. Pop a burger to a day, fucking zombie that I ate. I was fucking up my brains, burning birds you could say. Fuck the death for your own ways, now I'm making all these plays. When my mind is such a daze, heavy hearted when you say you just need your own space. Gotta focus on my life, making that as my state, gotta hold it down. I've been running through the city, I've been blowing up these clouds, cause I need to make it down and I ain't chasing no cloud. Got my heart on my sleeve and you be tearing it down. Put dirt on my name and they be feeling like a drought. And I ain't matching the vibes that they ain't giving out. Got my head on my shoulder and my mind in the clouds. Got my heart on my sleeve and you be tearing it down. You got the white little lies that be revealing themselves, so I just cut you off cause I ain't chasing no clown. Make it through the day with my chest sticking out. Got them 4 or 5 blunts, gotta write this shit down. Thinking about the pills, my mind is up drowned. Got them 2 little brothers that I can't lay down. Got sent away, they had a way to doubt. Handwritten letters had them feeling my sound. Broken from the silence, had to figure it out. You fucking with them, and you fucking No, I cannot get no sleep, ain't no smile on my face. Walked to death without no haste, couldn't grasp reality. Had to smoke a blunt to eat, had to think about my day. Smoke up all the pain away, pop a perk or two a day. Fucking zombie that I ate, I was fucking up my brains. Burn the bridge so you could stay, fuck to death for your own ways, bitch.
Ooh, that was Dependency by Ms.Restrictedkj. You heard it here first, episode 21, Mawlz and Donn. Thank you so much for coming on the show. And y'all need to go stream it. It's out, brand new single. Let's go.
Y'all go fuck with me, Ms.Restrictedkj, all platforms. Y'all fuck with Mawlz and Donn too. Y'all go follow them.
Oxnard in the building, turn up.
And we're here with our next special guest of the evening. We've got Gordoo in the building.
So
how you feeling, man?
Pretty good, man. This is a new experience for me, man.
That's dope. That's dope. So I know you've been in LA for like the past, what, all week?
Yeah, we've been here for maybe like, 5-6 days now.
Gotcha.
It's all new for me. First time on the plane, everything.
First time on the plane?
Man.
You scared or what?
We took like 4 or 5 planes to get here, but I won't tripping or nothing like that. Like this is, I'm not supposed to be here, man. Like, so I'm like, yo, this is cool. All this is new to me.
That's what's up.
That's wild. So a lot of firsts. Have you been on a podcast before?
No,
man.
None of this.
Look at that, blessing y'all with his first podcast interview. So a little bit about Gordoo. He's from Hampton, Virginia, and he's got over 360,000 plays over all streaming platforms. Okay. He's just the artist from the 757 with a potent sound. He was raised in Hampton and is currently working on his next project, The Villain Who Survives, and has 3 projects on all streaming platforms. All right. So when did you start doing music?
So I probably started taking it seriously maybe like 2020. But you can even ask my grandmother. I always told her like, what you want to be when you grow up? A rock star? But you know, just being a kid. But I never changed it. So I remember maybe in like middle school, it was beating on the table, rapping everything, and being a part of a little rap group. Bunch of books with raps in it and stuff like that. And just everybody was like, nah, you actually pretty good. Like, do it. So,
all right.
Definitely.
And when's the first time you really got in the booth or started laying tracks down, like, record it?
That's funny. I think the first thing I ever recorded was like a freestyle to Tooted and Booted.
Shout out
like 2011.
That was a jam.
Yeah, definitely. But if we're talking like more serious, like I dropped my first mixtape, Groovin' Boomin' Coolin', on all streaming platforms in 2020.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you. So I heard some of your music earlier. You remind me of Gordoo yourself, obviously. You know what I'm saying? But you like got that real hip hop in you.
Facts.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I heard it. Yeah.
Something about me is when it comes to the music, I'm great at it. I try to tackle every lane of rap. If it's slow melodic, if it's a radio hit, I've never been okay with just being hood rich or known where I'm from. I want a Grammy. I'm trying to be in GQ. So I have a whole, it's a gift and a curse, I can say, because it's like I don't have a strict sound.
Gotcha.
So, because sometimes I'm like, dang, I want to make music for women, or dang, I want to be number 1 on the radio, or I want to be nominated for a Grammy. So it's just like I don't really have a lane per se. So it's kind of crazy that you just say it's just hip hop.
And which can encompass so many things. And basically, you're also like, I don't want to be boxed into one genre.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And now there is something to be said for having a recognizable sound, but that can even just be your voice or like the way it doesn't necessarily have to be like, oh, every time I know that it's gonna be like for lady song, or every time, like for example, Trey Songz, we know what type of music he made.
Facts.
Exactly. And then we got artists like Drake, or Drake got a sound, but he do everything. Or like Doja Cat, she do everything.
Yeah, that's a good example.
You know what I mean? It's like hella songs I hear Doja Cat on, like that's Doja. That's crazy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. Yes.
So what do we have upcoming? What are we looking forward to now? We dropping projects, doing shows.
I did shows in the city heavy, maybe around, it was like 2021, 2020. Now I need to work on visuals, things like this podcast. A lot of people tell me like, we know the music, we love the music, we love your voice, your sound, but we don't see you.
Right.
You don't have a lot of visuals for this. Like I have a lot of, I don't want to sound cocky, confident, anything like that, but I have a lot of music that everybody tells me like, yo, why is this not on the radio? Why you don't have a video for this? I'm like,
well, y'all start pushing them more. That's why I tell people like,
If you like it so much, shit, run it up.
Exactly. Play it 100 times. Send it to 100 people. You know.
But it is, again, like you said, it's something to be said for having content. It's visualizers are huge. I mean, and even just for your social media presence, like you said, like you'll have this now to put up there and like let people to see what you're up to. But as far as even music videos, or you don't even have to shoot a whole video. You can do like a 30-second or a minute long teaser of a song that is, get somebody with a professional camera, throw that shit together yourself. It doesn't even have to be a super high budget situation, but just to be seen, like you said.
Definitely.
Yep. So what you got coming up? I know summer coming. You'll drop on them in the summer. What we doing?
I am working on my next mixtape.
Okay.
The Villain Who Survives. I named it that because, like I said, bro, I'm not supposed to be here, man. I didn't have friends that died. I didn't see some crazy stuff, man. Like even being here, like little things excite me. Like we're in the Gucci store looking at shoes, and one of the people that work here tell Joe like, "I like your sweatshirt." Yeah. And like that's normal to people, but it's like, bro, somebody from Gucci that works for Gucci who does that says, "I like your sweatshirt that he made." Man, that's crazy.
It's crazy.
Stuff like that is tough. I think about stuff like that. We're walking down Hollywood. Random dude says, "What, you got an album about to drop?" Doesn't even know me, just off of what we have on.
That's crazy.
That type of stuff don't happen where I'm from in the city, like
for sure.
So
yeah. Because it's not what you got on. It that play a part in it. But it's like
the nostalgia is
it's your
aura.
Essence.
Like
it's your aura.
It's not on you, it's in you, is what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Some people just see that star quality and they probably thought you was like,
somebody completely.
Not for real. Like,
because
you gotta be somebody. Like, who are you? Like,
and everybody, LA, so like we talked about saturated, it's hella people out here doing, it's like you said, this doesn't really happen where you're from because you're out here with everybody else from the best of their hometowns, out here trying to be somebody and make it, make it shake. But it is also the way you carry yourself, because then you'll have people who, they might have great music, but they don't have the charisma, or they don't want to talk to people, or they be staying in the house or whatever. But
definitely.
So it's a lot of elements to it.
For sure.
I know we've got an in-booth performance tonight.
Oh yeah. He about to gas it, man.
Definitely.
Shit, what are we gonna hear? What are we about to hear?
I'm about to perform probably one of my biggest songs off the album I dropped 4 is Up is No Jeweler.
No Jeweler.
No Jeweler.
All right, y'all. You heard it here first. This is Gordoo with No Jeweler.
Hey, let's get it.
Now I'm feeling like I'm Superman. I'm feeling like I'm Superman. Now I'm feeling like I'm... Hey. 24 and I ain't talking about no jeweler, bitch. Let us in the party, now we tweaking like some hooligans. Shorty bad as fuck, so she a lock to get my tool in. R.I.P. my niggas, now it's time to act the fool again. R.P. Perk 10, now I'm feeling like I'm Superman. Use my name for clout, but nobody know just who he is. Chopper with the cooling kit, cause the block get high as shit. Leave his body cold and I ain't talking about no jeweler. Another day, another dollar, I be having what you niggas lack. He gon' turn away, but now he need more than the crowd, right? Mad, I don't want it, told her she can't have her problems back. Blowing guns at niggas, people speak on K, I promise that. Big ass Glock and it be singing like Aretha. I'm a finger fucker mine, she amazing, she a keeper. Said he got it for the low, trapper give it to me cheaper. Bitch, I'm ballin' early 90s, fuck around and get a beeper. I said big 24 and I ain't talking about no jeweler, bitch. Let us in the party, now we tweaking like some hooligans. Shorty bad as fuck, so she a lock to get my tool in. R.I.P. my niggas, now it's time to act the fool again. R.P. Perk 10, now I'm feeling like I'm Superman. Use my name for clout, but nobody know just who he is. Chopper with the cooling kit, cause the block get high as shit. Leave his body cold and I ain't talking about no jeweler, bitch. I ain't talking about no jeweler, bitch.
Do you know if you crazy?
Hey.
Yes, man. That was Gordoo with No Jeweler on Mawlz and Donn. Episode 21. Thank you so much for popping out. And go ahead and tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me on all media. My Instagram, my main one is Gordoo, Gordoo, the number 4X. If for any features bookings, I say hit up my personal one, which is Big 4 Gordoo. Big 4 Gordoo.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's episode. You know what I'm saying? We here to stay, like we always say.
Episode
we ain't going nowhere.
21. Thanks for sticking around as long as y'all have. Also, do not forget, April 6th, Don Quixote. We're going up. It's going to be Next Up Live, Mawlz and Don Podcast. Brilliant. And we need to see all of you out there. The link is in the bio. Get your tickets early. And thank you, Mix Recording Studio, for also helping us put on this event and for letting us, have a home.
Facts, man. Thank you to Constantine, man, for looking out so much for us. We couldn't do it without you, man. So
Absolutely.
we got to get Constantine.
Shout out Christian, too. We couldn't do it without him.
Shout out Christian, of course. Real talk, man. Thanks to our guest, Ms.Restrictedkj. We got Gordoo on the building. Mesi Joe, the CEO. Y'all better tap in, man. Come on now.
That's right.
We back soon.
It's been another great episode of
Mawlz and Don, baby. We out.
Till next time.